about our creepy little buddy. So that's what we're working on now. And you'll see like there's still a little bit of pliability because it is the modeling chocolate, but I'll be able to just set this right on top of the cake and we'll be good. So I'm gonna leave that there so we can see it while I gather all of the other stuff that I've got to do to get this finished up. And I actually am still going to need some of these tools. Oh, and I'm going to need my powders. And paint brushes. Okay, I'm going to move this over a little bit so we've got more of the table in view. All right, there we go. And this is my cut up what we were working on, and this is what we have made on this. And then I'm going to pull up the picture for reference also. Is that Bareen? Bareen, yes. What is your question? Oh, absolutely, Bake Me Happy. I will. I'm going to go through the comments on that video too. I've only gone through 3 videos so far to add those comments, but I am going to make sure that work out the way I want it to, and I'll be able to, you know, tag the people that ask for those recipes whenever I get those posted. That's a shimmer. This is not a shimmery guy. He is matte and mean. All right, we got black and I want the yellow. Oh, I ran out of brown. So, nope, I did not. I got a wee bit left in there. Sweet. All right. Get the black brown. This already has some black in it. And I'm not going to use that. No. Oh, Cake Safe. Yes. Oh, awesome, Bake Me Happy. I'm glad you saw that. We're also going to I'm going to show you how to calibrate your oven also. This one honestly probably needs it because I think the last time it was calibrated was when I had somebody replace one of the heating elements. And I think that was like a year, maybe 2 ago. Oh, okay, so onto the Cake Safe. So I don't personally have one. I'm gonna bring this up because my whole head is cut off. Okay, so I don't personally have a Cake Safe, but I've heard that it does go all the way down through the cake, and it keeps the cake completely secured. And I've seen a lot of people that like absolutely swear by it. So I guess I would have to have it in my hands to really know how well worth it is. Yeah, it's for like, it's a box. It keeps the the heat out as well. It's not like refrigerated, but it like it's supposed to help keep the cool air in and the warm air out. Thank you. Yeah, this is where we finished up on Friday. And we're gonna go through and do the painting now. I'm going to throw my microwave across the room if I hit my knee on it again. All right. I'm gonna grab an apron and throw this on. And so the cake goes on the thing, and you have everything situated to where the pole just goes down through it, and then when you get the delivery, you take the outside part off, or the top or whatever, and then you pull the pole out. And I don't think it's like a super thick pole or anything. I'd say that it probably runs in line with some of the, I know some of the cake boards, so some of the cake boards that you get, Wilton has these. They have this little center hole in the cake thing, and you just run it through. Although it could, I don't know if it's, maybe it has a sharp end where it will just poke through all of them. I've always just used wooden dowels. If it's taller, I'll get one of the thicker dowels, and I use a pencil sharpener to sharpen the end of it if I get one of the flat ones. And then I just let it poke through each board on the way down, and that typically does pretty good. You need to make a vanilla cake with Nutella filling. Yeah. Also, the cake needs to be in the shape of a onesie. How many does it need to feed? Okay. I had to turn my AC on because it's a little toasty in here right now. Yeah, they are expensive. But I'll show you what I do. So, actually, if you go to my YouTube channel, well, no, it's not ready yet. That video's not on there yet. Shoot me a DM, and I will. Or I can go through and clip that and post it on TikTok. But shoot me a DM, and I will tag you in that when I post it, for how I stacked my cake and put the dowel down through it. Making a sheet cake and cut it into the shape of onesie. Yes, that would be an awesome idea. 14 to 18 people. Yeah, I would do a sheet cake. Are you talking about like this size, or are you talking about like the 13 by 9? No, this is like an actual half sheet size. Okay. So yeah, if you do that, and then if you cut it in half here, you'll be able to stack those on top of each other so you get the height that you need, and then you can carve it to the shape that you need. You can. I would think that would leave like a lot of extra cake. But yeah, you certainly can, and just take and print the template that you want to use and cut around it. That's what I always do. I print templates and cut them out all the time. I love templates. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm an artist in some ways, but not every way. There are plenty of things that I definitely need help with. Oh, and I'm going to show you what I do. For like a longer trip with a cake in the car. Okay, and then this was just the first box that I could find. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but what I'll do is I line the inside of it on the top and bottom with this. This is just the it's insulation. So I do that with the box, and I wrap wrap it, tape it down, all that stuff. I don't have one of these prepared. I tossed mine, but I kept this. Okay, I'll see you in a minute, Evil Matilda. But yeah, this is my $20 cake save. So we're gonna pull this out. Alright, and again, this is a content only cake. Content only. I should write that on my forehead. Alright, so I left this in the freezer, so it is hard as a rock, but that's okay. All of this is going to give me the moisture I need to adhere the rest of my stuff to it. So, again, anytime I'm cutting something, I try to keep my hand steady and move the cake instead of pulling my hand, because that is going to, your hand tends to move when you're like pulling your hand. So I tend to like kind of lean back a little bit and try not to fall over to keep that nice and straight. Erica, you are very welcome. And also, I am working on a Google document where I'm going to have my recipes posted. There's going to be a single document that's going to go into my link tree. It is not up yet. It is still a work in progress. But I'll have all of the recipes linked into this Google document. So there'll be one document. It'll list the recipes, have a link next to each one, and then you'll click each link and that will pull up a Google document for that specific recipe. But I will publish that link as soon as I can, and it will be updated as I add more recipes. You are very welcome, Erica. Alright. So, now with this I'm going to, where's my white? Alright. Grab a little bit of this. Grab a messing with different colors. And of course this is all like, alright. Here in the state of Kentucky, it actually is not that bad. We are finishing up the Day of the Dead cake, necronomicon from Evil Dead. In the state of Kentucky, I got a business license and I had to register with the health department. But other than that, it was pretty simple. There are in the state of Kentucky, there's like a $60,000 cap on direct sales. So I cannot sell more than $60,000 worth of product, and I cannot sell out of state. Some states will allow you to sell out of state, and some will not. There we go. All right. Actually, I'm gonna utilize some of that. Really? Sales tax records. I don't have to collect sales tax in Kentucky. Thank the Lord. I had to collect sales tax in Tennessee, and that was a giant pain in the butt. I hated it. I do not like dealing with sales tax. Yes. Yes, Amy, we are finishing the Necronomicon. So come on. So with the white gel mix, I had it setting upside down because the titanium dioxide kind of settled at the bottom. That's like the powdery stuff that makes it white. And I left it sitting upside down for too long, and it is like, it's all caked in my cap now, which is unfortunate. But it's okay. It'll work its way back out. All right. So I'm taking this, and I think I'm gonna mix a little bit of yellow in with it too. And I'm gonna brush around the sides so that it kind of lightens up a little bit of what we've got going on here. I'm bringing this over here so I can keep getting up. Okay. Oh. Here we go. All right. Just gonna throw some of this in there. All right. So I've got this like kind of pasty yellow, and I'm going to go over it here. I've got so these are the pages, the texture for the pages. What is that? Something on there. So we're gonna brush over that. That part did end up being a little bit too dark. lighter color incorporated. I'm going to go back with, oh, it's right here. There you at. There you are. Okay. I'm going to do this also. Alright. So I'm going to go back through with this tool. I'm going to hold it over my black shirt so you can see what it is. And that's going to pull some of the white off and give the pages the definition that they need. So it's going to go through and just have that like scrappy pagey look. Few swipes of that, we went from this to this. Oh. Crumb coat. This is the tool that I use to scrape the pages. And then I also went in with one of these to deepen some of the lines. Thank you. And yes, yeah, same with this. So I'm going to hit this side with it, and I'm gonna. So basically, like where I have some of that paint kind of caking in, this is pulling it off, but without like actually removing the paint. If that makes sense. Good morning, Helen. I'm like 95% sure that this came with a set of tools that I got on Temu. I can look here in just a second to verify that, because I got on Temu and I ordered like a whole bunch of cake decorating stuff. So I was like, all right, let's give this a try. Everybody's talking about Temu, and I bought a few things on there prior that weren't like, you know, cake decorating related, just home stuff, and they weren't bad. So I decided to give it a go on this. So again, if you are just joining, I used basically these two tools to do the texture on the page, and then I went in with some white gel paste mixed with a little bit of yellow over this, just because the coloring wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. And so it started out like that when I painted it, and now we've got it like that, so it looks more like distressed pages on a book. They do have a lot of stuff, and sometimes I look at them like, okay, that deal's too good to be true. This is going to be something like crazy nonsense. And sometimes they just take forever to get there. I don't think I'll be ordering clothes off of Temu, because every time I have ordered clothes, because I've ordered clothes from Shein before, and I don't like that I have to order like a 3, 4, 5X to get one that fits me. That's very depressing. I prefer Torrid, where I can go in and get a size 2, and I am good to go. It's the only time in my life I've ever worn a size 2. Yes, Helen, we are working on, were you in here on Friday when I was doing the necronomicon? The Book of the Dead? Yes, so that's what we're finishing up. Is our Book of the Dead. And this is, because I left this in the freezer, it's nice and tacky. So I can just pop this right on. I'm gonna make the side of the, dang it. Ooh. So now, oops. Fortunately, this is modeling chocolate, so it's got a little bit of pliability where I am folding it over here. But yeah, so when I made the book cover, I forgot to account for all of this. I think in my mind I was thinking we'll have a back panel, but that's okay. That is an easy fix. That's what we're here for. Oh, here, I'll turn this so. Trying to leave this to where everybody can see it and I still have room to work. There we go. That will do. TikTok needs like a landscape feature. Kenny, thank you for the follow. I was hoping, since this was fairly thick and partially modeling chocolate, I wouldn't need the cornstarch, but I do. What do I do with the cornstarch? There it is. And then when I do my cornstarch dusting, I use a big fluffy makeup brush, because that does good if you have to tap. Does good to sprinkle by just kind of tapping the side of the brush. And then fortunately, due to the nature of this design, it's not going to be a big problem to just kind of like reincorporate this into all of that. So that's what we're going to do. Back up a little bit. graphics where my fingers kind of hit the pages a little bit while I was putting that on. And then all right. So for anybody that missed the live stream on Friday, I'll show you the technique that I was using when I was putting all of those ridges on that on the cake. I'm just going to readjust my camera so you can see good. So now you'll actually be able to see where I'm working. All right. Perfect. Here we go. All right, so I have this dab and hold. It's just like cake glue, and that's what I was using to get my stuff to adhere to the cake. And Friday I did a little squirt of it on the table. Oh, absolutely. Is it crumb coral? Crumb coat. Sorry. I wish for like creators they made it to where it was like a black screen with white writing, or white writing with black or black writing with white background, so I can actually see it, because it's very hard to see sometimes because it'll show up on like the white part of the table or something. Alright, so I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to brush some of this on there. And now this is, so I made modeling chocolate on Friday and it was looking kind of funky, so I added fondant to it, and then it worked out quite nicely. And then where I've got this big old crack right here, I'm going to add some of this into it. And then we're going to do this, and I just kind of like twist and pull with this, and it blends it in. So pressure, twist and pull. And again, this is one of the things that's great about this particular cake, is it is so subjective and destroyed that it's not one of those things that you have to have absolute perfection for. But again, on some of these little cracks where it's obvious that I just bent this to put it on the cake, I'm going to clean that up a little bit. I think it's crazy how few creators are willing to like share tips and tricks. Because I have been watching a lot of different creators on TikTok here recently, because you know, I'm trying to build my, I guess, my brand, which is kind of sounds weird in the context that I'm using it. Like as a business, yeah, building my brand like kind of made sense, but also to be successful in the social media marketplace, you really have to set yourself apart. And that's one of the things that I see a lot, where people have their recipes posted and you pay a fee to get them, or and I don't want to do that. I want to help people, you know, go start a business, learn something new, you know, learn how to make your kids cakes if you can't, you know, afford to spend $400 or $500 on a birthday cake. Thank you so much. Oh. Yeah, Nay, I mean, I get trying to make money, and obviously I'm trying to do that too. I would love to make money doing this. But I'm trying to do it in a way that is a little more organic and not cringy, as I like to say. Yeah, it's not going to hurt my business if I share my recipe with somebody in California. Like, who cares? I'll share it with somebody down the street. I've had customers that, you know, say they love my cake, and, you know, they'll buy it for a special occasion. And this was back when I was in business, and she really wanted my cake, and she messaged me and asked if she could have my recipe so she could try and make the cake because her husband really loved it, and she wanted to make him a birthday cake, but she just didn't have the money for it. So I sent her the recipe, and she made it, and it was wonderful. And you know, that went to an actual customer. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not downing those creators. You know, everybody has their own niche and what works for them, and, you know, obviously they're doing something that works for them. But you know, I guess I feel like this is kind of setting myself apart. By, you know, if you have a question, I will answer it. If I don't know the answer, we'll learn it together. I'll put this on a higher one because it's getting too high or too low, something like that. I love when people ask me questions that I don't know the answer to, because then I get to learn something new too. I love learning new stuff. And there's always new stuff to learn with what we're doing. This is not a business that stays stagnant. It is always changing. There are always new trends and new stuff to buy and try, and different flavor combinations that you can tweak and do things with. And yeah, it is always evolving. So yeah, and I'll show you this here again when we're getting this blend. So we're going from where you've got this, like, I don't know, seam or whatever. So you'll start towards the middle and just kind of twist, and that's going to blend it in. And then you just keep pulling, and it'll all blend together. And then, you know, you just keep going until it looks the way you want it to. Exactly. That's why sometimes I have a hard time with people that will come on and be like, I can't believe you use cake mix, you're not a real bakery, blah blah blah. Like, I get it's not the right thing for you, but don't tell me that don't tell me that I am wrong or that I am cheating. I'm absolutely not. Now, if I was advertising homemade, made from scratch cakes, yeah, then I would be wrong, because that is lying and false advertising. I don't do that. Now, until now, I never, like, explicitly said, hey, you're getting a box mix, because of the negative connotation that comes with that. Okay, again, content cake. Oh, it's falling apart. So I'm wiping it off and moving on with my life. because I don't want to clean another paintbrush, because cleaning paintbrushes kind of sucks too. Especially when they got the gluey stuff on them. There we go. Chocolate tree using an ice bath. Ooh. Is that the one where like you... I'm gonna have to look into that, because that... Is that where you just like squirt the chocolate and it just kind of like does its thing in the ice bath? I use it because it is, I mean, yeah, it's easier, but it provides a more consistent and stable product, which when I'm working by myself, I have nobody that helps me, that is tantamount to success. Like, I need to be able to rely on what I'm making. And I live in a fairly humid area. Like, it is almost November and it is humid as hell right now. It's like, it's not hot, but the humidity is really irritating. Mother Nature needs to just go on vacation. Take her. It's tempered chocolate in a bottle. Will it work with regular chocolate? Because I don't. The actual like real chocolate for tempering is kind of hard to find around these parts. And I can order it off of Amazon. I always use the Ghirardelli melting wafers for like cake pops and stuff, because they're so easy to do. Regular Hershey bars would. Really? Okay. Yeah, so I'm basically just like throwing little lumps on it, and then we're going to add the texture and make it look like it's part of the original portion of the cake. Losing the stitches there. Bar. Huh. I'm gonna give that a try, and if it fails, I'll just eat it. Because I love me a good Hershey's bar. I make cakes, but candy is what I love to eat. Candy's what gets me in trouble. I'm actually really loving this particular set of stuff that I got. Let's see. These are from Innovative Sugar Works, but there's like a little set of these, and I really like them. I like the grip that they have, so it doesn't feel like it's always sliding out of my hand. This is it's a good tool to have. Put the trees on your house. Did you post it? I want to see that. And airbrushing is not cheating. Airbrushing is a very useful resource. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go take a look at that when I am done. Am I following you back? I think I'm following. Nope. There we go. I'm gonna follow you back. And then, oh, you're welcome, Chrome Coat. Have y'all ever watched Zoe's Fancy Cakes? The one in New Zealand that is like, she's so talented. I love her videos. I actually learned a lot from her too, with different like techniques and stuff. Oh, thank you, Kendra. Kendra Reed, that are you the Kendra Reed that I know? There's no picture there, so I know a Kendra Reed from high school. I know I've been popping up on a few of the for you feeds for some people that I know. Honey Bunny, thank you for the follow. And then this one I started on Friday, and I have my whole live stream from Friday up on my YouTube channel, which you can find in my link tree. It's also the same handle that I have on TikTok. So if y'all want to check it out on there. There's still like a lot of gamer stuff on my YouTube page. So I was originally trying to do like gaming content, and then turns out that mediocrity is not very interesting. It's interesting to watch if you're really, really good or really, really bad, but watching mediocrity is not not where it's at. So here's how I blended the side. So it just kind of like flows with it. It's not perfect, but we're gonna go with it. A little side part is good. And then I'm gonna kind of pinch these a little bit. And then I took this tool right here, or you can use anything that's got a flat edge. I've got, let's see, I've got this one that's got this like flat edge too, so that it gives it that, you know, kind of look like the bottom of the book is turned under, you know. But I like this tool for that. And then this one for cleaning up. Thank you, Miss Maria and Mary. I had thought about putting a light in there with some wafer paper. Because there's this scene in Ash vs. Evil Dead where the book like swallows up stuff. Let me see if I've got a balloon light. If I do, I'm gonna do that. I might have a balloon light. Oh, actually, I take that back. I cannot do that. I do not have wafer paper. Thank you, Evil Matilda. But I guess I can give it the illusion. Yeah, I did the wafer paper in the front of my Iron Man cake. There's a video on my profile that starts with like the sprinkler thing. But I did it, I had a little light in his hands. And no, there was a hand on top, there was a light in the hand. There were lights in his eyes and lights in his chest. And that was actually really cool to use the wafer paper because it gave it that like frosted glass look. Thank you for the gifts. Nene, thank you. And I can't see what this is. Mary, thank you for the follow. All right, so I'm gonna lighten this up so it'll be that where he's swallowing the universe part. Do that and go in with, and then I'm gonna keep a little piece of this set to the side. I'm actually gonna grab a little bit more of it. That way, before I go onto the cake with whatever colors I'm using, I'll be able to kind of test it out and see how it looks on what I have going on there. So, pull that out, run a couple of indentations in it so I can see the contrast. So yeah, this is my my test paper. I think I'm done with that. I can get rid of this. Now I'm gonna stand up. All right, so I have like a bazillion paintbrushes. Usually I end up replacing paintbrushes after I use darker colors on them because I forget to separate them, so I don't have ones that already have dark stuff in it. So I end up tossing them frequently. All right, and then this is, what is it, golden grain. People that don't want to freak out viewers or customers will call it food grade alcohol, but that's all it is it is a high grain alcohol, and you use that with your powdered colors. And the reason these are better is just because it evaporates so quickly. So now we're gonna go in and paint this bad boy. And I'm gonna pull up my reference picture too. Okay, thank you. I will do my best to remember that. Thank you so much. Kendra, I am in Kentucky, but I grew up in Tennessee, in Gallatin, Tennessee. But I think I went to high school and church with a girl named Kendra Reed. Oh. There we go. So I added a little bit more powder to it because the powder concentration in there was a little weak. So I added it in there to get it to a more concentrated color. And then pull up my reference picture. Okay, so here is the reference photo. And I just realized I did the lines in his mouth horizontal instead of vertical. Damn. Oh well. Be alright. He's still gonna look creepy and awful. So, what I'm doing here is I don't want everything to be solid black like this. So what I'm going to do here in a second is I'm going to go back through with a dry brush. I like using